So, how much does all this cost? Let's find out. So I'm going to start right at the beginning here. It is probably around January 2017 when I started my little side hustle from home, design gaff, just to try and bring in a wee bit of extra money because I was earning minimum wage at the time, and I had at the time 3 kids. Emily wasn't born yet, and a wife, so I had to get a wee bit more money. So I started that side hustle from my living room with a little Lenovo computer and a Canon IP8750, which was an A3 plus size photo printer. Now that done me for a couple of years. That little printer made me a lot of money, but it was really in 2020, the year of COVID. All the businesses went into lockdown. The gym that I was working in went into lockdown. So I think it was around 3 or 4 months where I could just stay at home and work on my side hustle business. And at the time I ran a Facebook ad. I was a little brave at the time. I ran a €15 a day Facebook ad, which was a lot of money for me because my job was giving me $9.50 an hour. But I ran that ad and I had great success out of it for about 5, 6, maybe 7 weeks, where at its peak I was hitting around €1,000 a week from the ad. And I'd say week 6, week 7, I was still getting about €500 or €600 a week from it. So yeah, it was getting me good money, and on top of that I was also getting my minimum wage from the gym that I was working in. So I was getting a good bit of money, and what I done was I reinvested most of that money back into the business. So the first thing I done was because I had all that time, I says, right, I'm going to take on a little project here, build a computer, first computer I ever built. So I went on to Amazon and started buying the components for a computer. And yeah, so let me spin this camera around here and show you that computer, because most of the stuff that I did buy back in 2020 I still have here in the studio, and they make up the core components of what I have here. Okay, so let me spin this around. Okay, so here is the computer that I built. Now I think I would have cleaned it up for the video, but this is more or less built for gaming. But yeah, so all the components I got from Amazon. So I've got a Ryzen 7 processor, a good motherboard, good graphics card. I've got 2 terabyte of storage. I've got a 500 terabyte SSD in there. And the total cost roughly of that was just under €1,500. Since then I've added more RAM into it because Photoshop is pretty RAM heavy. Yeah, but that was the first real piece of equipment that I had, I upgraded. And you know, when I got that, then I decided, okay, I can add another monitor to this. So I then went and got this XP pen, which is a drawing monitor. So got this on eBay. It cost me €350 at the time. So I think it's a 22-inch drawing monitor. And I've got this widescreen one here. This is €170 second hand. That cost me, now that I got that just last year, in fact. But yeah, the first kind of real 2 things that I got were the computer for $1,500 and the XP pen drawing monitor. So I had 2 monitors set up. Now when I got all that stuff, then I decided, okay, I'm gonna have to get a bigger desk here. So you can see this desk that I have, not the surround, just the desk. So the worktop I got in Woody's for €180, and then the 2 units here at the side were €60 each, so 300. So they were the first real things that I had. I had this at home, pushed up against the wall. Like I said, I didn't have the surround on it here. I just got that built when I moved into the studio. Yeah, so that was the first. That was just the start. So then the second thing I decided to get was this. Again, this is still back in 2020. This is all the money I made from that Facebook ad. So I decided to upgrade my Canon printer to the HP DesignJet Z6 24-inch. So I got this imported from the UK at the time. There was no Brexit back then, so I didn't have to pay custom charges, thank God. But this thing cost me, I'm not 100% certain, but I know it was definitely around 3,000 So fast forward to 2022, I moved into the studio, and the first thing I wanted when I moved into the studio was a production printer, and that's where the Konica 1060 comes in. So that's definitely the most expensive thing I have here in the studio by far. That cost me €15,000, and it was 12,000 plus €3,000 VAT, but I'm not VAT registered, so I don't get that back. So it cost me 15,000. Now, when you have a printer like that, you're going to need a guillotine. So down here in the corner, it's not the prettiest thing, so that's why I keep it in the corner. This is the Studio Pro guillotine. So this thing cost me €1,000. It was second hand. Most of the stuff you see in here is second hand. The Konica was second hand, but yeah, I got this of a lady down in Dublin for 1,000. You do see this brand new from suppliers here in Ireland. I think it's around 3,500 plus the VAT on top of that. So I got a pretty good deal. Yes, but definitely need one of them if you are, doing business cards and flyers and things that you need a lot of cutting. What else have we got? Okay, so over here then, I just got this recently. So I've got a little small roll laminator here. I've got matte film in it, and that's for pretty much laminating menus and business cards and things. And that cost me €250. Again, it was second hand. I got it of a guy down in Maynooth, and you see them new in Ireland for just over 1,000, but I got that for €250. So again, another good deal. It's just about keeping your eyes open, checking out these buy and sell websites, and you'll find the deals. Just make sure you test them out before you buy them. And just see what else we've got. We've got all these kind of worktops and things. I think this was 160 second hand, and this one here again probably around 120 second hand. Let me flip the camera again here. So this is my sublimation printer. Wouldn't use it that often, as you can see. It's kind of buried in here, but this is an A4 sublimation printer. It's the SureColor F100, and that wasn't that much. I think it was around 170. Yeah, so that's that. So that's pretty much all you see here. I got the little couch there, second hand, but I've other things upstairs like mug presses and heat presses and things, but to be honest, I wouldn't use them that often. I've got a Cricut machine there too. I wouldn't use that often. I don't really like doing the vinyl because it's a bit fidgety, but yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. I got the computer and the HP DesignJet got me started. Then I saved and saved and saved, and finally had enough money to kind of open up my own studio. I got the Konica then when I moved into the studio, and the guillotine, and then the laminator. So you could see here with the computer and the monitors, talking about 2,000. The HP, 3,000. Then the Konica, it's got 15,000. The guillotine, 1,000. And then I got the laminator, 250. And then the Epson sublimation printer, 170. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I have here in the studio, guys. And don't forget that sometimes the equipment is the cheap thing, but it's putting the things into the equipment that can add up. Like for the DesignJet back there, that printer cost 3,000, but the inks cost €140 a piece for it, and there's 6 of them that has to go into it, so you're talking about €800 of worth of ink to top that up. And then you've got stretcher bars, you've got paper and things like that as well. So just bear that in mind as well before you go and buy this kind of equipment. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. If you like the video, make sure to give it the thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos about what's going on here in the studio, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I think in the next video I will be going over what it's costing me on a monthly basis here to keep the studio operational, so make sure to click the notification bell to get notified about that.